It's another really crazy week in the Big Brother house. I was saying the other day that like this season of Big Brother has been completely unpredictable for me. You know, it's just been like incredibly hard for me to pin down who exactly is like the person that I think is most likely to go far or most likely to do well. And every time I feel like I start feeling good about somebody, they start making some completely unforced errors, you know?
I completely agree with that. I feel like the first couple weeks were pretty predictable. Like Vinny and Lauren's HOHs were pretty blah. But once people started nominating their own allies, and people just keep doing that. And I feel the same way. I feel like every time I start to think somebody's a bad player, they'll do something that I'm like, okay, you got points from me now.
They kind of keep you on your toes in both ways. Everybody this season is just, a perfectly imperfect human being.
Yeah.
Everyone is just flawed and beautiful and ugly and
depressed.
dirty and sticky and slimy and bad and good and sexy and ugly. I already said that. They're all being very human. You know, there's no fucking creepy robots.
Yeah,
like Dan
they're
Giesling.
Literally all being human because and we'll talk about it this week. Like we see Vinny get really low this week, which we'll get into.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. You know,
okay.
Being perfectly transparent with you guys, we're trying to get done as soon as possible today. Okay. We're trying to phone it in, okay?
Phone it
You're
in.
getting 72% of our energy, okay? And that is also a lie.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's a lot higher than I would have given for myself.
So, welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Big Brother and Traders sports podcast. So, as we preluded just now, there's been a lot of fuck shit that went down in the Big Brother house.
Another week of fuck shickery.
fuck shittery.
Yeah, fuck shittery.
Yeah. And it all kicked off when our girl Ava, or I guess it kicks off when Jimmy goes home.
Yeah.
Because now it felt like Jimmy was like the equilibrium keeper of the house. You know, once he left, it felt like the balance kind of shifted. Everything started going into chaos. For all intents and purposes, Jimmy's presence there was keeping certain people friendly with one another, you know?
Yeah, it felt like he was like the scales of justice, keeping everything balanced.
Yeah, he was like the glue that kept that side of the house kind of working together and not butting heads. Because there are, as we see this week, there are a couple of pretty intense personalities that are, quote unquote, running things on that side of the house.
I just had a thought based on what you said about Jimmy, to backtrack. Does this mean, despite he...
Oh, you just had a thought?
Yeah, I just had a thought.
First time for everything, dude.
Yeah. So glad we got it on video. Have that memory forever. Even though Jimmy went home early, if he was the glue that was holding everything together, does that mean that he was playing a better and more impactful game than we gave him credit for?
No, because he went home. I mean, he was playing a game, like an important game for the ecosystem.
He's a very important piece on the chessboard.
Yeah.
Like some people are pawns. He was not. He might have been like a knight.
He was impactful. I don't think he was playing a good game. I think he was impactful, though. Like, he shifted a lot of things. I think with the number one target in the house, Keanu, he set that up. You know, the powers that be that week, Morgan and Mickey, he was all up in their, goods. That sounds weird. But
yeah, don't say it like that.
He was all up in, in collaboration
he was in their
with
business.
them. Yeah.
He was in their business.
He
also
was not
works.
up in their goods. He's very uninterested in those goods.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like the catalyst that fired off this season, you know?
Yes, he's like in, what was it, World War I or World War II, and they killed Franz Ferdinand? He's Franz Ferdinand. He just died.
I don't even know who that is. I did not pay attention in history
Whichever
class.
war. I feel like, pretty sure. I don't know. I don't want to say which war.
You know what I think of him as? He's like when you first start going camping and you don't really know how to build a fire yet. You just have like a little can of like lighter fluid in the back just to get it started.
We've made so many like comparisons. I've called him a knight. I feel like he is he is the knight because the knight is the only piece that can jump over other pieces, and he was so good at like hopping from side to side.
Or was he a pawn? Because sometimes he would turn into a queen.
Oh yeah, forgot those do that.
Yeah, so he goes home, and the balance gets thrown out of whack, and a very interesting thing happens right after he goes home because a completely neutral party gets HOH. In the eyes of the house, at least at that moment, everyone was like, I don't know what the hell she's going to do.
Yeah,
you know?
yes.
So it was like the house had just entered a kind of like a little bit of a chaotic state, and then all of a sudden this person, this free agent, gets into HOH, and it's like primed for a lot of things to change over the weekend. They do.
Did you say who won the HOH?
Ava, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Ava wins the HOH.
Okay, I wasn't sure if
wins the HOH.
Wasn't sure if you had said it yet, because the way that you were talking about her, I was like, I feel like you're doing a drum roll.
Maybe I didn't say it.
I felt like you were doing a drum roll.
I could have not said it, but Ava Pearl wins the HOH.
Ava Pearl, that's my girl, Ava Pearl.
And maybe this is, luck, or maybe it's a result of her social game, but nobody picks her ass.
Yeah.
The HOH competition is the one where you duel, basically.
Yeah, and it was so funny. Rachel was like, these motherfucking newbies are asking for volunteers. That's not how this works. This is a game where you make enemies, put all your cards on the table, say what you want.
I mean, dude, it's just this like there's this like new lib way of playing Big Brother where it's like you simultaneously maintain friends, but also like I don't know.
I think that's just who she is. She's just likable to everybody. I think the way that she dresses, like, and her personality, the fact that she's like an aura painter, I think people are not intimidated by her at all. I think they feel comfortable with her. She's also ha ha he he. She's always falling. Everybody loves a clumsy person. Everybody loves a clumsy person. I know because I'm the clumsy person.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a bitch who falls.
Yeah. So she's like, nobody knew who she was going to put up, and everybody was simultaneously not like feeling super threatened, but also like a little unsure if they were going to go up because like nobody could tell at the beginning of the week if Ava had any enemies.
Yeah.
Besides, like, one person was for sure, Keanu.
Yeah, Keanu was like, well, she's only gotten into a fight with one person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're the only ones who've ever gotten into argument. So Keanu is getting put up, and did he approach Ava saying that he would like to not be put up? I think he did. Yeah, I think he approached...
I think he just went up to her. I don't remember what he said first.
Whatever the case is, when he is nominated, he is a little disappointed.
Yeah, but he's like, if this is what I have to do for yelling at you, like, I'll never lose my cool again.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll never lose my cool again.
Yeah. No, he takes everything like a champ. So at this point, he's just like rolling with the punches.
Yeah,
King of rolling
he
with
is
the punches.
freaking wind, man.
Yeah, he's literally like later on in the week, he's like doing a competition. Won't say which. He's trying to get into his mind palace.
Yeah, he's wind. He's not very loud, but he's just a whisper, and that kind of scares you.
Yeah,
like the way that he moves, he's a whisper.
So basically, Ava in the HOH competition, she's just kind of doesn't get picked over and over, and so towards the end, it's just Will and her left.
Yeah, and I think Will only got picked like a couple times too.
Yeah.
Even like Will did not get picked that much.
And the way she won was Will guessed wrong.
Yeah, Will guessed wrong.
So she literally didn't do a single thing.
She was just like.
She literally did not do a single thing.
Yeah.
But again, you could totally just chalk that up to her amazing social game.
Yeah, but it's like we see people who are, you could say Ava is playing all sides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I think that you have to do that intentionally, which we've seen people like Vinny do. We'll talk about Mickey. We've seen Mickey kind of do it this week.
Yeah.
I don't think Ava is intentionally like playing any sides. I think she's like, that's just who she is as a person. I think people just gravitate towards her. And I mean, we've seen her pick like clear favorites. We've seen her talk shit on a couple people and seen her be like, Rachel's my girl.
Yeah.
I trust Will. That sort of thing. So Ava wins kind of by default.
Yeah, and this is kind of like an interesting situation. There's people in the house who are happy at this point who probably won't be happy later on. Do you know, like, her relationship with certain people in this house, up until this point, I had misunderstood what her relationship with Zach was. I thought they were much closer than they were. I thought they were maybe even allies, you know?
I always thought that he was closer to her or valued her relationship more than she valued it with him, because I never saw her, like, I always saw him, like, go to her and be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What if we do this? Like, I never saw her ever, like, consult him for anything or, like, ask his opinion on anything. Like, I feel like he liked her more than he valued their game relationship, probably more than she valued their game relationship.
I can see that, and I just also feel like she was very smart to not put all her all her eggs in one basket. You know, she's kind of made herself close with several, like, impactful people in the house.
Yeah.
So she wins the HOH, and no one knows who's going up. We kind of already prefaced it, but Zach goes up, and Vinny goes up.
Yeah.
So the previous week, Rachel had kind of posited that, I think she was the first person to actually say it in front of a group of people, that Vinny is, like, in a lot of different pockets. And I think because of that moment where it finally became like a spoken thing as opposed to an unspoken thing, people feel like that was kind of like their permission to start targeting him.
Yeah, but we should also mention that before Zach was even a possibility, Ava was considering Ashley.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because she thought that was that when she did the Jimmy vote? Yeah, that's when she did the Jimmy vote. She thought that it was weird about the Jimmy vote, and I think she just, like, is not as close with Ashley as maybe some other people were. So
yeah, she just doesn't trust her.
She was considering putting her up, and she was talking to Will and Mickey about that, and Will was just like, no, Zach. And then Mickey was like, I'm not going to object. Sure. I don't want to lose Ashley.
Who actually threw out Zach's name first?
It was Will. Will was like, you should just nominate some of the bigger players.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, anybody who goes home this week, it is like, it's not necessarily a win for Ava, but it is a good move for somebody.
Yeah, but, like, given that she was largely uninvolved in the drama and mess of the previous weeks, I feel like this would have been a good time for a nothing burger HOH. You know, I think this would have been a good time to just, like, maintain you drew a line in the sand this week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You made certain people aware that you were not aligned with them when they didn't need to be aware of that. Anyway, so she puts up Zach, Keanu, and Vinny.
Yeah, and when she puts up Vinny,
which is a big move.
Yeah, that was a big move. Nobody saw it coming from her specifically, except for probably Keanu. I think Vinny was like, I'm a little bit nervous.
I feel like Vinny is always like, I'm fucking going up. I know it.
Yeah, Vinny's always clenching his asshole. He's always clenching his tight little butthole. But yeah, when she nominated Vinny,
under that mustache, there's not even a mouth. It's just a second asshole for him to clench.
Okay, let me finish this fucking thought.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When Ava put up Vinny, she, in front of everybody, was like, you have your hands in a lot of different pots. You're working with literally everybody in this house. And then Vinny was just like, I'm so fucking fucked.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, she calls him Vincent the
mouth. Lips Panera.
The lips Panaro.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, he just, like, we've talked about it pretty much every week since he started his sluttery, you know? Like, he is just not good at being a slut.
Yeah.
There's people who are very good at being a slut.
Yeah.
You know?
Those are the noms. So we move into the veto.
Yeah.
And before we move into the veto competition, there is a little bit of drama that happens where Morgan is outside talking to Will and Ashley, who are aligned with Ava and Rachel, who are also very closely aligned and kind of working this week together. And Morgan's like, it's really messed up when you put a lot of big targets on the block because they're basically shields, and whoever puts those people up, they usually go home next. They're usually the target.
I don't even remember her saying that. She said that?
Yeah, and so they run their little butts over.
Why would she say that to the HOH's two closest allies? Or actually, no.
Maybe she just said it to Will. No, wait.
She said.
No, wait. Maybe she said this to Mickey. She said this to Mickey.
Oh, okay.
She said this to Mickey.
I feel like
Right?
Will was there.
I feel like Will was there too.
Yeah, I
now
feel like
I don't really
remember-
remember.
I kind of remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember her saying that
Morgan
exact
talked
thing.
some shit that got back to Ava.
Yeah.
No, Mickey. It was to Mickey because Mickey was like, I didn't want you to put up my ally. That's not what I was trying to do.
Oh,
that
that's
was so
right.
fucking
That
dumb.
was
That was the
dumb.
dumbass move. Okay, so let's backtrack and start over. Morgan is talking to Ava or Morgan is talking to Mickey. I'm never gonna get here. I'm never gonna get there.
No, you got it.
Morgan is talking to Mickey.
You got
It's
it.
Eminem. They're having a discussion. Eminem.
Eminem. For the win. I'm doing ad libs in the background to help you move along.
It's distracting me.
Talking.
It's distracting me.
The girl's bossing.
And she's like, it's really not a good idea for you to send anybody strong. Oh, she's saying this to Zach, Vinny, and Mickey. They're
Yeah.
having a discussion because they're in a Final Four.
Oh,
and
and
they're
they-
all talking about how they feel. And Mickey's like,
They have like a very
liberal.
liberal, like fucking like, oh, we're all diversity. A line's name, the Melting Pot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because
You
it's
do?
true. I mean, yeah, they're all different. Like, Vinny's Italian. He's like,
Oh,
white
I
and
guess they
stuff.
are all different.
Yeah, and like Morgan, I can't remember what she is, but I don't know.
I would have liked the UN better.
UN would have been good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
Melting Pot just seems kind of like, I just associate that with like all those seminars I used to give in gym in high school about like how America's a melting pot and we all
Yeah.
have to like be nice to each other.
Yeah, I've also heard that melting pot is like actually the better term is salad bowl because it's like you're not supposed to lose your roots and stuff. Like we're still supposed to be able to appreciate
I like
those
that.
and stuff. So salad bowl.
Yeah, salad
would
bowl.
have been good, but not as cool of a nickname as melting pot.
The UN.
The UN would have been kind of hard.
Yeah.
UN would have been hard if the UN was a thing that actually did anything.
Damn. Shots fired at the UN.
mean, they do be trying to do stuff. It's not really
UN,
their
you didn't even
fault.
know you were going to catch strays
It's
today.
not even the UN's fault. It's not even their fault. It's not even. I'm sorry, UN. I love you. I love you for
Yeah.
what you could be.
So,
So Morgan's like, it's not good for you to put up a bunch of targets because they're essentially shields. As long as there's bigger people in this house, they're not going to come for us little baby girls nobody's
Yeah.
looking at. And so Mickey marches up to Ava and is like, this is what Morgan said. And then Ava got heated and was like, so Morgan's targeting me, so now I have to target her. And Mickey was like, that's not what I was trying to do by giving you this piece of information. Which was
yeah, and then
stupid.
we at home were like, what were you trying to do, girl? Girl, are you drunk?
Yeah, that was
Be
like,
honest, how drunk are you right now?
if I was giving that piece of information to somebody about one of my closest allies, that would be me like picking a side.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Morgan is for sure her number one in the house. Why would you ever bring a piece of information that puts your number one in the house in jeopardy?
She says that Morgan is her number one in the house, but she's constantly giving up information about Morgan because it's not the first time that she's done this. We saw her give up information about Morgan's Final Four to Adrian.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But I think she knows that she is not
Michael, help me
Morgan's-
understand.
She knows that she's not Morgan's number one because Morgan also had.
Do you think there's
Zach.
a little bit like a jealousy thing going on?
I don't think that she's like jealous about like she wants the attention from the boys, but I feel
No,
like
I mean like she wants
just-
the attention from Morgan.
Yeah, I think she just wants it to be them two working together.
You know what? That does make a lot of sense because that was a sticking point, and you did say that was going to come back to haunt them, and it has.
Yeah. I feel like there's just too many like cracks in their relationship at this point and their alliance.
And honestly, Mickey's just kind of like sloppy.
She is. We've seen it several times. There's also a moment this week where they're trying to figure out how the vote is going to go. And Ashley's like, how are we voting? And then Mickey's
Yeah.
like, I have to check in with my people and see what's going to be best
Yeah.
for our game. And Ashley's like, I thought I was your people.
And Ashley like paraphrased it perfectly. She basically was like, "I'll talk to my team and get back to you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. She said that to Will and Rachel. And so
Yeah.
now they're all on. And Will was just like, no, I don't take orders from anybody except for my wife.
Dude, Mickey's getting a fucking 61% on Rotten Tomatoes this week.
Yeah, she is.
She was certified fresh last week, despite her blunders. Okay,
Yeah.
still a good solid 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, passable. I paid $13 to go see that in theaters.
That's because the critics were paid off.
Yeah, and now she's at a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a shame. She got a green Rotten Tomato now.
Yeah. So the veto happens, and there's all this drama that's happening. Ava's considering Morgan as an option. She's like, honestly, I would love to nominate Morgan. I don't really want Zach to be on the block anymore, which is kind of foreshadowing.
Can we go back to that moment again where she was like, I did not want Morgan to go up? What did she want to happen?
I don't fucking know. I don't know why she went up there and said that. I feel like she subconsciously wanted to damage her game and be like, you need me to protect you because I'm like keeping you off the block, blah, blah, blah.
That's some like fucking mental gymnastics.
I don't feel like she's doing any of it like consciously. I feel like it's all like subconscious, like out of resentment for like, oh, you
Dude, I do
are
feel
aligned to other people.
I do feel like how calm her demeanor is, like belies. It's a facade because it hides how emotionally she's actually playing this game. Jimmy's eviction, huge emotional move in my opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was playing so like clearly and wanted to put up Vinny, which
Yeah.
she even had a really good reason for putting up Vinny. She said to Morgan, like, he's going to put me up before he puts you up, and I know he's already working with everybody.
Yeah.
Great. Nobody's going to argue with you that that's a bad game move. Instead, Vinny comes up and is like, but Jimmy's also working with everybody, and he's doing the exact same thing that I am, even though I am also in an alliance with you. And she's like,
Yeah, you could have just been like, cool, you still going up?
yeah. No, yeah.
Sick story.
Yeah, because
Really glad you shared that with us.
Vinny's gonna put you up before Jimmy puts you up. Like,
Yeah.
in what world? So I feel like it's like,
We were kind of getting breadcrumbs that this bitch might be not as smart as she appears.
I
But
think, yeah.
it's just her raspy, calm voice. So evocative of Chelsea Baham, you know?
Yeah, and she's got like a pretty good poker face. Like, she's
Yeah.
very like, doesn't really show a lot of what she's thinking on her face, but you know,
Yeah.
also keeps continuing to put her freaking foot in her mouth. So that's a different problem.
Well, we can talk about the next instance of this happening this week, which is that she, like Adoria mentioned earlier, she was like kind of conferring with Ashley about what the veto scenario will shake out to be, you know? Because obviously,
it's a conversation before or after the veto.
It might be after, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, let's talk about the veto.
Okay, yeah.
So who plays?
The two people outside of the nominees in the HOH who were selected to play are Will and Catherine.
Yeah, and something that, like, this is not as crucial, but a side piece to mention that wins Catherine some points in my eyes is that before she gets picked to play in the veto, she's having a discussion with Riley outside, and she's like, I really appreciate that you've protected me in this game, but also
Yeah.
I need to do something myself. I need to, like, prove myself as my own player and win something and do something. And he was just like, you can do it, girl. You're a badass. And then she got picked. And so Will and Catherine are the extra two, and they're doing a shuffleboard competition.
Wait, just one other thing I wanted to say. I also want to give her props because it's not only her acknowledgement that her game ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she knows the only reason that she's still in the game is because of Riley, and she's not okay with that.
Yeah.
Some people would be okay with that. She's not okay with that.
Yeah. I last week I was like, I don't know, or I can't remember. It was a previous episode that I was like, I don't know if she's the raging feminist that we were promised. But I you know what? Yeah. You know what? She
might not get along with other girls, but maybe she just lives her life like
yeah.
trying to be the strongest woman she can be, and I can't fault her for that.
Yeah, she seems like she just always wants to be identified as her own individual and never just like, associated with somebody.
Dude, it takes a lot to be able to admit, like, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so she gets picked, and so she's going into the veto competition just like, I just want to prove myself.
Yeah.
And it's that shuffleboard
Is it new rules? No, it's not.
It's not new rules. It's a shuffleboard competition that we've seen them do in previous seasons where you just have to, it's like an elimination round.
Yeah.
And you get prizes, and there's
But
going to
the
be
added kick this season is that they're blacking out the totals.
Yes, at the beginning of every round they have to memorize it, and each round it's a different configuration. Like, all of the numbers are different.
So it's like a guessing game, essentially.
Yeah, they're making it harder. Props to Big Brother.
And there are these blobs on the board that are higher point totals, and the stripes behind them are lower point totals. And like Keanu, this is the first competition where he doesn't dominate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the second round, he was eliminated with a score of 17 because this isn't really a competition you can like really dominate because you have to get lucky and you have to remember everything.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way for him to really psych people out because they're not all running on like a clock.
Yeah.
And also his arms are huge.
Dude, that's 100% like Keanu thrives on those timed. Like,
yeah, because he can just move slowly and freak everyone out.
Yeah, because he has like I feel like he has a mental edge over a lot of the dudes in the house.
Yeah.
At least. Because the dudes in the house, they just seem like they got so flustered.
They're all so weak.
Yeah.
Except for Will.
And Zach. I feel like Zach's chill. He did cry a lot.
There was something that he did that I was like, I don't know if you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart or this is like
manipulation.
Yeah, that made me question like, okay, that's kind of a weak thing. But also like we'll get into it. I wish he did play a little bit more selfishly. But whatever.
So Catherine, she's going into this not just to win the veto, but to win back her identity as a strong woman.
Yes.
Strong woman.
There you go.
Strong woman. Ice cream so good. Anyway.
Bring it
back. So she's going into this with higher stakes than all of them, because it's not just the game on the line. It's her own identity on the line. And she wins.
Yeah. She wins. And I mean, obviously we see.
This is actually like we're kind of glazing through it too much because there's like a lot of stipulations because of the prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like not that much drama that does happen because most of the time people are like, I'm not going to just take the veto, which is normally what happens is everybody who continues to win usually is taking the veto or whatever prizes. And people were, I feel like, played very nicely, like. Or at least maybe just Zach. But Zach swapped his, like, prize to London for... this doesn't help him at all, so it's not even really relevant.
Yeah, it ended up being a moot point, but...
but he gives Will a prize, a trip to London for him and his wife, which Will is like, well, now I can never... Will is like, I put you up there. So sorry.
Well, Zach doesn't know that at this point,
No.
And also, there's a little moment with Catherine where she gets to decide whether she wants to keep $5,000 or the veto, and for no reason at all, she took the veto.
Yeah, so
she could have had $5,000, but she was like, "Nah, fuck it."
Yeah, and the whole time, Vinny is like, "Please, I've been applying for this for 10 years. I need this. If I don't,
owe so much money. I owe so."
Some men are coming to kill me.
I'm renting this mustache from Universal right now.
You think this mustache is real? This is just to hide my true identity.
Yeah. Literally just like talking. Everyone's taking note of this.
I know, and Ava's just off to the side like...
Yeah, this guy's just going, man.
And then she just like looks at Catherine because she's like, Catherine's probably struggling and she's just like, do whatever you gotta do, girl. And then Catherine's like, I'm taking the veto.
Yeah, like just to make Vince feel bad for the next day and a half.
Yeah, literally.
and like, yeah, we're giving it away, but she doesn't use it. They really try to make us think that she is going to use it.
And it's so interesting because something you mentioned, because Ava and Catherine obviously have a discussion as the HOH and the veto winner. Is how diplomatic their conversation is. I feel like you keep using the term like new age liberal way of playing Big Brother, but it's all just very diplomatic is what it is. They have a conversation where they're both trying to be like, who would you not want to see on the block? And they're both just like, well, we both know that probably we both like some of these people. Yeah. And they're like, yes, we do like a lot of those people. Okay, so it feels like we're saying the same thing, but neither of them is saying Morgan, but they're both saying Morgan. And something that also happens is Rachel finds out that Morgan is having a conversation with a bunch of people in a previous week about pros and cons of who's going to jury, and she says, I don't want to see.
That's what I love about you. You remember all the little moments.
I do remember the drama. I remember the stupid little details.
They're not stupid. Nosy. It's completely significant.
But it ends up not being significant because Catherine doesn't use the veto. But so earlier, Morgan's having a conversation with a bunch of people in the HOH room where she's like,
I'm gonna just let you cook.
Let's talk about pros and cons of people in jury. Rachel, we should get her out pretty early into jury. Pros of her being in jury. Blah, blah, blah. Pros of her being in jury is that, she's a vet. She's not going to vote based on emotion. She's going to vote based on game because we just know that. This gets back to Rachel, and Rachel completely loses it. She's like, I will not ever go back to that fucking jury house ever again. You'll
She
never get
talks
me
about
back
it like
in
it's
there.
prison.
Yeah, like it's prison. She's like, I'm never going back there. And then I don't know how soon after this conversation happened, after Rachel found out, but the way that Big Brother edited it, mwah. So then Rachel immediately goes to the storage room, bumps into Morgan, and Morgan's like, I just want to reconnect with Rachel. Like, I really value her as a game player, and I feel like we don't have a relationship, and I want to work on that. And she tries to extend that to Rachel, not knowing that Rachel has this information, and Rachel loses it and is like, you want me in fucking jury? I'm never going to fucking
no,
jury.
she actually does say jury during their conversation, and it was like a trigger word for Rachel.
Yeah, she was like, well, I want to bring you like as far as I can, meaning like jury as a checkpoint. And then Rachel was like, this is Big Brother. There are no checkpoints. It's about winning or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I care about. She's like, you fucking newbies think that you can just tell me what to do. Then she's like, I've played with better and I've heard from better.
And I love seeing every second of it. Completely unnecessary, probably bad for a game, but like, why?
Yeah. And then Morgan was like, I'm so sorry. And then in the diary room, she was like, I'm fucking coming for her now.
She did not want the smoke, and clearly she just walked into an ass kicking that she was not ready for.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it was her fault, but it wasn't her fault.
She meant nothing by it.
Yeah, she was trying to be nice, and I do think she was genuinely just trying to work with her.
I feel like Rachel's insecurities are bubbling to the surface a little more every week.
Yeah,
you know?
just because she hasn't won anything yet, which that's Rachel's whole personality. So I understand like she's doing a little bit of projecting. Big Brother is such an interesting like psychological experiment.
God save the house. The week Rachel does win.
God save the house. And so this incident happens, and then and in the middle of this like blow up, Morgan's like, we need to go after the showmances. Like, why aren't we going after the showmances? Rachel walks over to Catherine after this blow up and is like, so Morgan's targeting the showmances. Do with that information what you will. Don't share it, but like if you share it, like that's okay too.
No, but like if you share it, that's like totally chill. But
She's
like,
like,
don't share it. I would never tell you to share it, but like share it.
But nothing ends up happening. She doesn't use the veto.
Tell everybody. Spread the word. Spread the word. Let the children know. Dance over the hills and everywhere. Oh, one last thing I did want to mention about the pre-veto stuff is that Ava and Keanu are starting to develop a little bit of a more cooperative relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not necessarily they're in alliance, but like Ava went in the diary room and is like, you know, I feel like Keanu, I'm not targeting Keanu at all. Like, I feel like he's handled himself really well over the last few weeks. Like, he's just been targeted week after week. Yeah.
She's like, I'm just putting you up on the block because you're the only person I've ever yelled at. So, like, that's the only reason why I'm doing this.
But, like, she was clearly not targeting him.
Yeah. So, Catherine doesn't use the veto, and the whole time Zach has this $10,000, and he decides not to use it because he's like, oh, I'm worried that Morgan will go up.
To remind you guys, on the first episode, Zach won a power along with his $10,000 where he can essentially give his $10,000 away to the HOH, and the HOH can't do anything. They just have to give up their HOH.
And immediately nominate a new person. So he does not use it. He's like, I feel safe next to Vinny the Lips Panera and Keanu, who's literally trying to pick everybody off one by one. Yeah,
and you know what? At the end of the veto episode, I was like, I feel like he's fine.
Yeah, he was just so like, I don't want to give up my $10,000, which like I understand because statistically, most of you are most likely to walk out of there with nothing. So you'd rather take the guaranteed bag than the
you still can't fault him because $10,000 is not nothing, you know?
Yeah.
That's like significant money for most people.
Yeah. And then he goes to Morgan and is like, ends up being...
I didn't like how he told her to shut up.
What?
I thought that was rude.
He told her to shut up?
No, because he started telling her about the power, you know? He was like, so, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me $10,000.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God, you have 10. And she was like, shut up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, you wouldn't talk to Lauren like that, you fucking punk ass.
His real side maybe came out.
Yeah.
Maybe the Milk Boy act is an act?
No, we're reading into it too much. He was just trying to be cautious, but still, I didn't like how he talked to her.
Yeah, but and this is an attempt to get votes later on, because he starts to realize, like, I'm probably good against Keanu. I don't know that I'm as good against Vinny because for some reason everybody has Vinny has blackmail on everybody. I don't know. Like everybody's so aligned with him.
Ava said that her reasoning for not wanting Vinny to go home over Zach is that Vinny like handled his time on the block with a lot of grace.
Yeah, she was like, I don't like anybody who goes home this week is fine, but I'm starting to like respect how he handled this week, which I'm like,
I think a lot of people just realize Vince is not long for this game, and Zach, if he doesn't go this week, it might be a long time before he goes back on the block.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And like, when are you going to get an opportunity that he's like lost twice? Which is why I was like, whoever goes home this week, it's not
like that good of a competitor, you know?
No, but he came pretty close in like a good amount of competitions.
Yeah.
And, he's very nice, and you know, like what he did for Will, like that's a forever number, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, however many more nice things he does, he'll just start to accrue more forever numbers.
It's so funny, man, because it used to be like a prerequisite to be a very likable person to get to the end, basically. Mm-hmm. And now it feels like being the most likable person in the house is like almost like a downfall.
Yeah, it can be for people like Zach. I mean, I think Ava is just like ha he enough that people are like, we got to keep her in the house.
She's little enough.
She's little enough. Yeah. Nobody's threatened by her, like game wise.
She's girl enough.
She's girl.
Yeah.
She's aura.
And so
so he goes to Morgan in an attempt to win her vote over.
And you know what? I agree with you. It felt kind of manipulative.
Yeah, and he was like, if I used my power, you would have gone up. And then she was like, oh my God, now I feel like I have to vote for you.
I would have believed him more if he had shared it with Morgan ahead of time.
Earlier on. Yeah.
Right. It just felt like an ass pull because he felt like, oh, you know, now that the veto's off the table, there's even more chance of me being on the block on the final night.
Yeah,
eviction night.
And he knows that she has had feelings for him or does currently have feelings for him. And it feels a little bit like slimy. Like, and I'm not saying like she's been 100% innocent. Like there's times where she's been like weird with Lauren or Zach because of her jealousy or her feelings.
You think that situation was weird on her end? I think that situation is weird from Zach's end.
It is weird from Zach's end. But there's also been moments where it has been weird on Morgan's end.
For sure.
On like live feeds and stuff. I'm just saying like, it's not like...
I just feel like he's kind of leading her on.
Yeah, he is. Like, I feel like it's so manipulative of him to do that, knowing the feelings that she has for him. And it's such a good point that you say, like, I would have believed it if he had shared that power with her earlier on.
Yeah. And also, like, the situation we're talking about with Lauren and him on the hammock, like, if you weren't a weirdo, you would just be like, oh, I'm out here. Like, I have nothing to hide. Like, he clearly likes Lauren.
Yeah.
And Morgan said her whole beef with him is that she didn't like that he was trying to pretend like him and Lauren had nothing going on, you know?
Yeah, just be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it feels like he's probably trying to, like, maintain some level of, like...
distance?
No, power or control. Like, by you not knowing how close I am with Lauren, you will always assume that I'm, like, closer to you and maybe you'll continue to choose me over other people.
That's also another kind of red flag thing he said was... Like, I feel like he lied to her when he said, you're my number one in this game.
He did say that. He was like, you're my person in this game. And it's like,
I feel like that's not even, I don't even think she's his number 3. I feel like it goes Lauren, Vinny, and then her.
I feel like it's Vinny and then Lauren. I don't know. I think Vinny and Lauren could possibly be equal.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because Vinny and Lauren have a final 2.
Yeah, they do. That's weird.
Yeah. But they're not working together as a trio.
No, that's also weird.
Yeah,
that would make more sense than Zach,
Morgan and Vinny and Mickey.
Yeah, it just feels like they're not really having a good time together.
Yeah, they're not, dude. The vibes are not meshing.
Everybody's like fighting in different ways, and like Vinny's always in the corner having a panic attack, like crying.
Vinny's just like the fucking little Shih Tzu in the corner, just twitching.
Vinny is like the kid when his parents are fighting.
Yeah, it's very odd, man. Like some of the bonds that have formed this season, I'm like, what?
I feel like, I don't know why. I just feel like we keep getting seasons of different reality shows where we're just watching a bunch of people and none of them really like each other. Like, that's how it feels on The Valley. That's how it felt on Love Island.
It definitely felt that way on Love Island. It's a bunch of people saying they like each other and then acting a completely different way.
I know, when Zach got out the house, every time somebody gets out the house or makes a speech before they go home, they're like, I love you all. I've made so many new best friends forever. I can't wait to hang out outside of here. And,
then they get in the diary room. They're like, I will literally want to eat that guy's liver for dinner.
Yeah. Like, if I were a seagull, I would peck out their liver every day for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Well, we gave away the punchline. Zach goes home.
Bye-bye, Zach.
And it wasn't really his fault, but he also didn't really help himself by not using his power.
Yeah.
Again, I can't fault him for that because I said on Wednesday when he played the video, I said I would have done the same thing. So I can't go renege and then go back and be like, I fault him for that.
I will say, and I said this to Maddie, shout out Maddie, and we both agree. We feel like the second he didn't use his power at the last opportunity, he sealed his own fate, and the Big Brother gods gave him a justice that he deserved for being too comfortable.
Yeah, because in Big Brother, I can count the number of unused powers on one hand. Like,
yeah.
It's you have to use it.
I feel like the second you get too comfortable is the second.
It's like the Big Brother.
It's all over.
Big Brother gods smote him.
Yeah.
They smote him.
They're like, oh, you think you're having like a chill experience on the beach? Hurricane! You're gone. And then Julie hit him out on the head outside.
Well, you know what? This is the perfect note to transition into our next segment, which is we're going to be oh, wait, quick little our little pony race. We're tied up. How about that?
That's so
How
good.
is it that all four of the people who have gone home in the first
4 weeks.
4 weeks have been our ponies?
There's only been 1 week where a pony has gone home and it wasn't ours, and that was Amy.
Oh, was Amy not your horse?
Amy was nobody's horse, so it's been 5 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, man. We've been taking some damage.
That's honestly fine. Get rid of the weak. Thin the herd. Get rid of the weak.
I'm so fucking mad you have Ava. That's actually so upsetting.
And I feel like Riley has kind
Too bad
of...
she blew up her game this week by doing a bunch of unnecessary bullshit. That's probably, get her sent home next week or something.
You're just jealous that my ponies are shiny.
No, she'll be back on the streets of Brooklyn dragging her cart of possessions around soon enough.
Dude, if you asked Ava for an aura painting, she won't give you an aura painting. She'll be like, I don't need that much money, bitch. I don't want to paint your aura, bitch. No, just your aura is beautiful.
It's brown. But we both have, we tied up.
We tied up.
2 bottles of glue apiece and 3 ponies apiece.
Yes.
And I feel like your stable is more promising than mine.
I do feel pretty confident, even though I have Rachel, and I feel like Riley is an emotional bomb that could go off at any opportunity. Like if he or Catherine's game were to be threatened, like he would lose it.
Yeah, he has the showman's also weighing him down, and he's a little bit of a comp threat.
Yeah, but I feel like they're not at the forefront of the drama. There are some bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, and I feel like people don't think he's smart. Yeah. I think it's funny that legitimately Mickey sat him down and was like, hey, we need you to be in this, we need you to be on the block to go against Keanu in these competitions because we got Kelly for the brain, but you don't really have one of those. So we got you got to do all the other shit, you got to do the body shit.
Yeah. And she was like, and you're doing this to protect your woman. You're welcome, helping you get points.
And he was like, yes, I do want to protect her.
He's like, yes, I love an opportunity to win points with my woman.
He's a simpleton, I feel like, in the nicest way possible. Yeah, so next up, we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes that have occurred this season so far.
Yeah.
And we'll start off with one that happened most recently, which is Zach not using his power that he won episode 1.
Yeah, that was a game-ending decision.
But again, it's a quote-unquote mistake because who can really fault somebody for taking $10,000?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fault you for the guaranteed money, but also I think if I were in that position and I was like, what do I value more, like my longevity in this game or the $10,000? If I chose the longevity in the game, then I would use the power.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He chose small peanuts. He didn't believe in himself. I actually just think he wanted the $10,000. I feel like that Morgan crock of shit was just like to try to get some last minute votes.
Yeah, no, I think he was like really tight-fisted, like just wanted, which is like, yeah, fine. It's $10,000. That's a lot.
And again, Zach, if you had any confidence in your game, you could have won. Could have won the whole thing. Could have won the whole thing. $10,000. Did you win,
I don't know.
boy?
He makes too many like selfless decisions.
A 2018
You know
Toyota
what?
Camry. Did you win?
Would you consider him holding on to his $10,000 a selfish decision?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't believe that he did that to protect Morgan.
That might be the only selfish decision that he's ever made, and that might be the one that got him out.
I don't, dude. I feel like the way he was being selfless, it was like a white savior, like almost kind of condescending kind of selflessness, you know, where it's like, oh, I didn't want to force Lauren to have to make a hard decision. It's like, she can make a hard decision. She's a grown woman.
Yeah. Also, she's the HOH.
Yeah.
Like, you are in a position where you're supposed to get blood on your hands.
It's like the kind of chivalry where it's like he doesn't believe that the women can handle the tasks. You know, she's too frail to be on the block.
Yeah, you think?
I don't know. I just want to say that.
I can see that. Especially,
I'm putting smut on his name because I want to.
Especially with like the Morgan thing, like that felt very icky.
Yeah, I think that interaction really made me feel like weird about him.
Yeah.
Because it was just giving like there's a weird power dynamic.
There's totally a power dynamic. He has a power over her because she has feelings for him. Like we've seen her be upset. I've like read the summaries on the live feeds where it talks about like her crying. Like she was like, I had a good cry and I'm over it. Obviously not. But yeah. And then immediately after she's like has this weird like 3 droplets and she's like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But she is like legitimately crying, but like.
But the whole time I was like, I thought she was going to be like, I can't believe that he would do this for me and think I would buy it. You know, like something like that.
I know. Yeah, because it was like a very like chill, tiny cry. I
think the next big mistake, it's not the next, like this is not in any order of like biggest mistake to least big mistake. It's just in order of what I think of, really.
Yeah.
The next one I can think of is the interaction between Jimmy, Vince, Keanu, and Kelly in the storage room, where he essentially proposes an unnamed alliance. He says the words, "We have to vote together against them." Them referring to Morgan, Mickey, Rachel,
that whole side of the house. Yeah.
Yeah. And his intent with this wasn't to turn coat, you know, and go with Keanu, but he realizes that there's value to be had in like earning some emotional equity with Keanu, given that he's such a big comp beast.
Yeah, he's so powerful.
And like, although he started this whole Keanu as a target thing, I feel like he did it, and then immediately he was like, Keanu, I'm on your side.
No, yeah, I was literally just thinking in my head, like, something kind of along the lines of what you had said. I was like, maybe the biggest mistake Jimmy made was targeting Keanu in the first place, because it ended up being his like ultimate.
Do you think that's what it did? I also feel like that's what got him in the position in the house that he was in, where he was surrounded by allies, you know?
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it, because I was like, it probably doesn't go back that far, but it does feel like he did pick the wrong person to mess with for sure.
But you said earlier, or like you said on a previous episode, it felt like he just fucking dropped the smoke bomb and then ran into the background, you know?
Yeah, he did like lay low for a few minutes.
Or they just didn't show us all the fuck shit he was getting up to for a week or two because there was other stuff happening.
Yeah, no, he laid. Well, no, because when was his HOH? Was he week 2 or week?
Week 2.
And then it was Lauren.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was some time in between.
Yeah.
Before he went home.
He didn't have to do anything on Lauren's week, so he didn't.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the number. Like when we make our video on the best practices for a Big Brother player, like, you know, the Sooki Sooki guide to the perfect Big Brother player, one of the best practices will be don't do anything if you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. If you ever have the option to not do the thing, don't.
Yeah. Think to yourself this. Ask yourself this question. If I'm in this house and I don't say a single word and no one notices me this entire week, would my game worsen? And 90% of the time is no.
Just think in the Big Brother house, less is more.
Yeah.
The less you say, the less you know, the less you do.
Mickey's kind of like the poster child of the opposite of that right now.
She's doing too much.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty big mistake for Jimmy, I would say. I think outside of that, he didn't really make any huge mistakes.
Yeah.
He was playing the game the way he wanted to play it. I can't call that a mistake. You know, he was being loud and obnoxious and like stirring shit up.
Yeah.
And if you want to play that kind of game, it totally can work out for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was him overplaying his hand.
Yeah.
He was wanting to have his cake and eat it too by wanting to be with the cool kids and the fucking losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think Mickey's biggest mistake is?
That's what I was having trouble with, was because it's not one mistake, it's her personality.
I actually feel like the straw that breaks the camel's back will be what she said to Ashley, because she has officially now lost several, not even two, now Rachel, because Rachel's like, I don't want to be fucking bossed around.
Well, to be fair, I don't know if she ever had Rachel 100%, you know?
Well, she came to Rachel when she had stolen the HOH, and she was like, I have the power and I need you to do some acting and like also let me talk to me and stuff. So I don't know how much of a relationship they have. I think they have more of a relationship than what we're seeing, but probably not that much more than what we're seeing.
But she did, I mean, at the very least, she alienated herself from her two strongest allies in the house. Or two of her strongest allies in the house.
Well, she probably would have lost Rachel the second she put up Jimmy, you know, and Jimmy went home.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, is that like you're not on her side anymore as soon as you did that.
Yeah, and I think her losing Ashley and Will, because like Will is so solid. I feel like the people that he is loyal to, like I don't see him turning on Ashley anytime soon. And
I don't think he's fully turned on Mickey, but I think he's kind of like looking at her like, okay, like let me start paying attention to like how she's talking to me, you know? And I don't think it's one moment specifically. I think I agree, the Ashley moment was probably the most damaging.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just like if this were to be like summed up in one sentence, it'd just be how Mickey treats her allies.
Yeah, she is viewing herself, it seems, kind of as a puppet master, but I don't know if that is just like you were saying earlier, like a facade, you know?
I don't think it's a facade. I think she fully believes that. And I think she fully doesn't understand that there's people who are pissed at her. I think she's not aware.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a level of self-awareness missing with her. I think that is what separates like the good Big Brother players from the best Big Brother players, is the best Big Brother players can see their position in the house clearly for what it is. You know, like Dan Giesling could see in his first season that he wasn't shit. And nobody was going to take him to the end because he was shit. So he would have to adopt the complete opposite strategy and be so not shit that people would be willing to take him to the end because he was so not shit.
Yeah, that they're like, I can win against him.
Yeah.
He's literally a puddle.
It was so, I mean, I still just am creeped out by him as an individual, but
yeah.
His soulless eyes.
Yeah, dude.
There's something about him. Anyway.
So that was number 3. We need 2 more.
Number 3 is Mickey's
everything.
Mickey's everything with her allies.
Yeah.
She's okay with like dealing with her enemies and shit, you know. She's not like one to like rile.
Yeah.
She's actually good at like de-escalating with people that she's targeting. She's just not good at like maintaining like a day-to-day level of politeness with like her friends.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
And she's a little loose-lipped, as we've seen from the fact that she revealed Morgan's final 2 with Vinny, or final 3 with Vinny and Zach.
Yeah, she revealed that to Adrian, and then she leaked Morgan saying that thing about Ava to Ava.
Yeah, she's a very confusing player.
She's messy. She's playing a messy game.
It's just like, well, a lot of players who are playing a messy game, you're like, okay, at least I understand what you're doing, you know? You're not executing it well, but at least I get what you're trying to go for. I'm just not even understanding, like, what her motives are.
It just feels like she's not even thinking, because, like, I just don't understand what you're doing by leaking information about your closest ally.
Yeah.
If it's not some sort of, like, subconscious, like, I hate that you also have other allies.
Yeah, there's a subconscious element of that. I feel like she did that to earn some points with Ava. But, like, the whole point of having a final 2 is so that you don't have to worry about building these, like, incredibly strong allies to take you to the end.
Yeah, you just need, like, side allies.
Yeah.
And then, like, one person that you really trust, and I don't know.
It's just like it's disappointing because she had such a beautiful game for like a hot second. You know?
Yeah. Plus, like a lot of the messier players, they're more emotional, and she is not playing like outwardly emotional.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I'm like, how are you holding it all together? Like she's gonna lose it at some point, maybe.
I think it's a case of like she's a very articulate, packaged woman. Like her job would indicate that she probably has to maintain some kind of veneer.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess event planning is probably like pretty chaotic, and you would have to just like maintain that you're not stressed by it all.
Yeah, so she's probably like, yeah, exactly. She's probably on the inside just like as confused as everybody else.
Yeah.
And just trying to do the best she can with everything. And but she's just doing too much. Don't do too much.
Yeah.
If you're not like, if you're confused and sad and like, you know, like nervous, just like sit in a corner and don't do anything for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next biggest mistake I would say is Keanu saying that he's going to gun for everybody in the house.
I mean, we'll see if that's.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say it remains to be seen.
Yeah, because it's like a chicken and the egg situation. Did he know that he was going to be very good at winning all of these competitions before he said that? Or
I think he had some idea he would probably be good at comps.
Because we see him do like pre-comp rituals where he just like closes his eyes and breathes.
Well, he's also just athletically built.
Yeah.
And he seems like mentally strong.
Yeah.
I was saying like while watching the Blockbuster competition, I could see like if Keanu when he was younger, he was like a shrimpy, like nerdy kid who was all brains, and then he just got tired of like getting picked on, and so he decided to get jacked as like a defense mechanism.
That is the exact backstory of Mr. Spectacular. Actually, he might be Mr.
Jesse?
Yeah, he might be Mr. Spectacular Part 2 because I remember it cuts.
Jesse also couldn't make eye contact.
Yeah, Jesse could not make eye contact.
Yeah, even in the diary room, he was always looking down.
Yeah,
and Keanu too. Wow. Yeah. I think he's a better player though.
No, for sure, he's much more adaptable.
Yeah.
Jesse was not really willing to work with people that he like wasn't aligned with.
Keanu's a nice guy. Jesse is not a nice guy.
Yeah, Jesse's not a nice guy. But it was so interesting because they like showed us Jesse's parents and I was like, he came from those fucking nerds. And then they were like, he used to be very small as a child and now he is so big. He was just so tired of being little. But he's also so smart and stuff and you know, yeah.
Yeah, and respect to him, man. You got to do what you got to do to gain confidence.
Yeah.
But I think, like, even if that ends up working out well for him, even if he ends up staying in the house and his target kind of gradually fades, I still think, like, he put himself in unnecessary risk in retrospect. In the moment, I was like, that's hype. That's lit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, also, nobody's going to take him to the end because even now at this point, like, maybe he's... no matter how unlikable he is in the end, his resume is stacked already.
Okay,
and it's early.
I think I just figured out why that was a huge mistake because it put him in a position where he has to win competitions.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he has to win competitions to stay in the game, and so he has no way to like, you know, keep a low profile.
Yeah, no, he'll never have a low profile. Nobody's gonna. I mean, unless somebody has a shit ton of wins also. Like I could see him in the end with like a Kelly or a Rachel if she starts winning.
That. Oh my God, I would love that so much.
And I think Rachel would be like, I have the guts to take you because I believe in my abilities and capability as a player. And
but that would actually be such an interesting vote.
Yeah, it would be.
Because both of them would have such strong cases.
Yeah, both of them are very like dividing figures in the house. Like I feel like people are like either like Rachel or scared of her and don't like her and need to get rid of her.
Both their cases and resumes would reside on the fact that they had to win and coerce to like remove the target off their backs. You know? So I think that was like kind of a mistake, sort of a mistake.
No, you phrased it like beautifully. He put himself in a position where he has to win.
Yeah. So that would be the fourth one. And I like the fifth one, I guess, would just be Kelly voting, like offering herself up as pawn too early.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's she's gotten out of it temporarily. But once the house kind of settles down and there isn't like a clear big target anymore, she's going to get her ass right back on the block. You know?
Also, she's won like a handful of competitions too. By volunteering so much and having to win so much, she did the same thing as Keanu, where she put herself in a position where she needs to win.
And I also feel like because she was on the block so early on, she didn't have like a great opportunity to gather allies. Like she's not in any alliances right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, she did make a final two with Vinny, but like that doesn't really mean anything because Vinny has a final two with literally
Vinny's
everybody.
a slut dragon.
Vinny is slut dragon, which we'll get into that later, that specific phrase. But it seems like, I mean, you said earlier that you had read online that a lot of girls, like, she's like their best friend.
I read online, and again, this is not substantiated. This is not like confirmed, but I read online that she's a lot of girls' number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. She's not anybody's number 1, it seems, but a lot of girls seem like very cool with her.
Yeah. She's playing a good game. I think the longer she stays off the block, the better it will be for her, but it is a little risky once you've touched the block. It's people feel comfortable putting you back there.
Yeah, and again, she just put herself in a position where she has to win.
Exactly.
You know? Like for Keanu and Kelly both, like the mistake isn't necessarily where their position is in the game currently. The mistake is that they had to play the game a certain way and they weren't able to play it a flexible way.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't able to like build allies and like become friendly with everybody the same way, you know, because they were so often on the block, and when you're on the block you have a stain on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall I think like the gameplay has been pretty good this season. Not a lot of people making gigantic mistakes, but
it's been both good and stupid, bad, messy, weird.
Yeah, everyone human.
Everybody
people.
It's the most human season.
Yeah. So yeah, and that does it for our discussion, and I think we're gonna do some activities. You know, we gotta farm some clips.
Yeah,
we're gonna farm the clips, but don't get that twisted. We don't farm the clips because we want your views or anything like that. It's just to feel like we exist. So first game we're going to be playing is we're going to be building the biggest slut dragon.
Yeah.
Out of parts from past Big Brother contestants. Okay, so we've done this game before. We're going to be choosing a brain, a body, what were they? A soul, a mouth, and an X factor. So whatever else you want to sprinkle in there. You know, some chemical X, so to speak.
Yes. Okay, you go first.
I go first. Okay. I'm just going to take the obvious guy. For mouth, I'm going to take Vinny the Lips Panero. Okay. His shit's always flapping. Okay. His shit's always flapping. If his mustache weren't there, his lips would fucking fly away. All right. He's always moving. He's a motor mouth. He's constantly going, you know. He's always gonna be desperately fighting for his life in the house, and he's slutty. He'll say whatever he needs to say to get in your pants. Yeah, you know, get in your alliance. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, let's form a final 2. That sounds great. Yeah, I'm non-threatening. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cry right now for no reason. Yeah. For no reason. Yeah. So he's my first slut dragon.
For brain, I'm gonna go with Paul. Because for 2 seasons, he was a slut dragon that convinced everybody that they were his number 2.
Yeah, that's true. And then for 2 seasons, he was number 2.
He was literally number 2. That's great. That was the best victory that I could have asked for. Okay, so Paul for brain.
You got Paul's slutty brain, yeah.
Paul's slutty brain. What do we have?
Slut brain.
Slut brain. Soul. Soul. Mouth. Okay, you know what? For mouth, I'm going to go with last season, Quinn.
That's good, yeah.
I feel like
that's a good slut.
Yeah, he got pretty far, last season when Tucker outed him about his power, he was like, yeah, of course I didn't tell anybody. I did what anybody else would have done.
Yeah, he actually kind of like slut mouthed his way out of like
quite a few things. Yeah,
he was a good slut mouth.
Yeah.
My turn.
Good slut mouth.
Yeah. My turn.
Yeah.
Okay, for brain, I'm gonna take a low key slut, Derek.
I was kind of thinking about him as a slut.
Yeah, he's kind of slutty.
Yeah.
He low-key was slutty though.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like shamelessly slutty.
No.
Like Vinny is shamelessly slutty. Derek was like tactful. He's like an escort. He's like, you really got to take her out to dinner, you know, before she sluts.
Yeah.
Before he sluts.
Yeah.
So Derek for brain. I have a good choice for body, but
To your body.
for body, I'm going to take Cody.
You feel like Cody is a slut?
I feel like he's a slut. I feel like he was on his season with Derek. He was flirting with every girl.
Yes. Okay.
Not like
okay.
literally flirting, but he was like friends with every girl.
He was very touchy with a lot of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had Christine in
Yeah.
his pocket. He was also working with all the dudes in the
Yeah.
bomb squad or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So he was pretty slutty, I would say.
Yeah.
Like in both senses of the word, really.
Yeah, he was slutty.
And he was really good at comps. I think he held the comp total record at one point.
I don't know that I think he might have tied. I never heard about him.
Maybe
breaking
he tied.
anything.
Maybe he
But yeah,
tied.
he was very beast.
Yeah.
Both of the seasons that he was on.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And
pick
he's
of
a
mine.
winner.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
For Soul, I'm not going to use the word slut here because I'm going to pick a lady, and I
Okay.
don't want to do that. For Soul, I'm going to pick BB Winner June. She was the first floater.
Okay. She invented it.
She invented floating.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. She was a winner. She floated to the win. For body,
Floating was such a new concept at that point that
Yeah.
she didn't even play that well, and it still worked.
yeah, and she had some messy moments where she was like, "Oh my God, I won this prize, and now everybody's mad at me because I won a prize. I'm bragging about it." No, she was cool. Actually, oh no, wait, that wouldn't work there. Okay, and then for body, I'm gonna choose Memphis from his first season. He had that one girl that went home pretty early, Angie. Like Jerry called him a womanizer, and he got very offended by that. But maybe that was a little bit true because he was kind of manipulative of Keisha towards the end.
Yeah, he was low-key slutty because
He
he was aligned with a lot of different people throughout the season.
Yeah,
He was aligned with Dan. He was aligned with what's that guy's name? The gay gentleman.
Oh yeah.
And also with Brian and
Yeah, that was Brian. Wasn't that Brian?
not him. Brian's pal who was gay.
I thought Brian was the gay guy.
Brian was the guy who did too much week 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Memphis didn't like him because he was like, he tried to approach him and be like, "This is the plan this week," and Memphis was like, "You're not gonna fucking tell me what to do."
Yeah, but they were still kind of aligned. You know, they were still voting.
But he told Jerry to put up Memphis.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he ended up, I think, being
Okay, well, so your slut is not that slut. Your slut's not that.
No,
slut?
he is. He's slutty with the ladies. He's
Okay,
slutty.
he's a male whore.
Yeah.
Okay, so Memphis for body. I have 2 picks left, and that's Soul and X Factor. Who's got the soul of a slut, dude? Who's slutting to the very end?
Yeah.
I think it's funny because there were so many sluts on this season, but I'm taking Frankie Grande because you got to have soul as a slut to win a competition against 2 people by yourself. And he was in a lot of different pockets. That's why people got mad at him.
Yeah, they were like, "Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's doing everything."
Dude, there's so many sluts that season.
So many sluts.
Cody, him, and Derek were slutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for Soul, I get Frankie Grande. I'm really happy with that. That's my favorite pick I've done.
You stay picking Frankie.
I know. I like Frankie. I just love that moment so much. And for my 5th and final pick, what's his last name again? Durden? Is it Durden? Tylen Durden.
I don't know what his last name is. I truly have no idea.
Blonde beach slut.
Yeah.
Surf slut.
Yeah, surf slut.
He maybe slutted a little too hard on his first season. Actually,
He did slut super hard on his first season.
he got 2nd place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he slutted a little too hard because I feel like he did a Paul.
Yeah,
and everybody
he
in
did.
jury was like, ugh.
Yeah, he did a
Oh,
Paul.
he was that dirty when he touched me?
Yeah.
Ew.
He did a poll.
I'm not saying sluts are dirty. I'm just saying like he specifically was dirty.
Should I pick an individual?
No, do your thing.
Okay. I'm going to pick an alliance for X Factor.
Okay.
The sluttiest alliance of all time, the Cookout.
Why is it slutty?
Because they each had a freaking partner. So collectively they were slutty. They each had a partner on the outside of their alliance, so that way they could get rid of them one by one, nominating each other with their partners so as to cover that they were working together. Tiffany. It was Tiffany's idea.
She might be the Omega slut, dude. She might be the madam.
She's the madam. She's the X Factor madam.
Okay, maybe you just pick Tiffany then.
Okay, then I picked Tiffany because she made the sluttiest, most amazing alliance, which is the only alliance to all. What were they? Final 8? They made it all the way to the end with all of each other without voting each other out before that. Like, no alliance has ever done that. So
I know, that's pretty goated.
They're goated as the sluttiest slut dragon.
Mama slut!
And Madam Slut. Plus, and then she kind of slutty for the HOH too. She never mind. Cut that part out. That's not even relevant. Okay. That's my X Factor.
That's good, man. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think we built some pretty good sluts.
We did.
And we weren't even offensive.
No.
We meant slutty, like figuratively.
Yeah, like you're
like not really promiscuous.
Yeah, just like you talk to it, like just like you are aligned with a lot of people.
Yeah, you made a lot of alliances. All right, next game we're gonna do. We're going to be playing Life or Death. Life or Death.
Life or Death.
Life or Death. Adouria is going to be saying whether she would bet her life on this or that. Okay? So first up, would you bet your life on Will disobeying his wife or on Riley's ability to do the Chubby Bunny challenge? He got a little mouth.
He ain't got no cheeks.
He also got no mouth.
Yeah.
He got a tiny mouth.
I just don't think Will even physically has it in him.
To go against his chocolate drop?
Yeah, so I would bet my life on Riley. I feel like he could fit like
Wait, you would bet your life on Riley's ability to do the... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you would bet your life on Riley's mouth. Bet. Okay, next up, would you bet your life on Kelly going to the DMV without crying or on Zach smiling without showing all 32 of his teeth?
You know what? I have faith that she has a fucking pilot's license, so I will bet my life on Kelly going to the DMV without crying. I think she could do it.
Kelly, I wasn't trying to throw shade at you. I just couldn't think of any more. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody this season has been likable, so I have trouble roasting them.
Yeah.
All right. Would you bet your life on Vinny's ability to handle waterboarding or Ava's ability to stay upright for one whole week?
I definitely would bet my life on Ava. I don't think Vinny would even make it to the waterboarding. I feel like he would just like see the body
like,
of water. Be like, no, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
My mom's social security number is...
Please, I have to be on Big Brother. I've been playing for 10 years.
Okay, so you're picking Ava's ability. Ava. Okay, that's fair. Vinny is a spineless coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't pick Vinny for spine for our last game because he doesn't got one.
He literally has none.
Would you bet your life on Rachel going one day without referring to herself as royalty of some kind? Or would you bet your life on Keanu being able to maintain eye contact with another people?
Fuck, these are both hard. These are both not likely to happen. No, I bet Keanu could do it if somebody
but the keyword here is maintain.
No, if somebody like held his head and made it stare at them.
That's not him doing it.
So what?
I'm sure Rachel could go without calling herself royalty if you taped her mouth shut.
No, I feel like she is never not referring to herself as like the queen or talking about her fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Keanu, if he went to his mind palace first, he could.
Like he has to mentally prepare for the eye contact?
Yes. I think if he prepared
Okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
15 and a break. Now look at her. Ha ha ha. Now look at him.
No, I feel like he's got a real human being in there. He's not like some of the, can't make eye contact, soulless billionaires that we know.
No, I know. He's not soulless. He seems like a nice person.
Yeah.
All right, next up, would you bet your life on Ashley making any intentional moves? Or would you bet your life on Jimmy becoming a real boy?
Both unlikely things. You know what? I'll bet my life on Jimmy becoming a real boy.
Wow.
No. You know what? No. Actually, sorry. I was thinking the opposite. I feel like because of how Ashley went to Will,
Yeah.
I'll bet my life on Ashley. And she went to Rachel as well. So I'll bet my life on Ashley.
Yeah, I feel like Ashley is participating in gameplay just by doing whatever she does on a daily basis with Will.
Yeah, she's like accidentally.
Yeah.
But I feel like she was intentional with that.
No,
she's
she
being
was.
intentional with who she's sharing information with.
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
Yeah.
And wow, we wanted to keep this short. We ended up going longer than we usually do.
Yeah.
Fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. We do it all for you. I know that's contradicting what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Get out of our living room.
Yeah, get out of our living room. What are you doing here?
Gah.